Okay, if you're anything like me, you have probably been grading assignments and thinking like, how am I going to respond to all of these kids and parents about who is missing what and what needs to be corrected, and using the feedback that I need them to use in order to improve their grade or complete an assignment. So I'm going to show you just kind of a real quick way to minimize the amount of time that you have to spend on those tasks. So in an earlier video, I showed you that you can use the gradebook. The gradebook is very helpful. You can see that I have several kids who did not submit an assignment that was due on Friday. So I'm going to choose message students who, and I'm going to choose haven't submitted yet. Well, before I got started, I came over, I opened a Google Doc, and I made 3 different email formats. And the first one is kids who didn't do an assignment. So I'm just going to copy and paste that. So I had to write it, but I'm going to copy and paste it. And I'm going to go put it in this message box. And I'm actually going to change the subject because no submission, some kids aren't going to get that. I'm just going to change it to missing assignment. It automatically pulls out anyone who doesn't have a grade in there. So you have to grade everything first. And then I send the message. Then I'm not done with my kids yet because I have a few kids like this kid right here or this kid like right here who didn't really accomplish what I wanted them to accomplish. They didn't master the task. So I'm going to message students who scored less than, and I'm going to say less than a 75. And I'm going to go over here to my Google Doc, and I'm going to choose the second message where I told them to make corrections, and then I also gave them a video that shows them where the specific feedback I gave them on their assignment will be. And so I'm going to copy that into there, into the message box. I'm going to go back up here. I don't really want the subject to be scored less than 75. I'm just going to say corrections needed. And I make sure that the assignment name is in there. And then I'm going to hit send. And then the last thing, you might be thinking, well, you got the kids who didn't turn in an assignment. You got the kids who need to make corrections. Who else is left? Everyone else has a good grade, 95, 90, 100, 100. But here's the thing, those kids often get overlooked with feedback. So especially right now as you're building relationships, it's important to respond with specific feedback to every kid who does an assignment, if at all possible. And so I still left feedback on those kids' letters because I wanted them to know that I really did look at them and pay attention to what they were saying. And so I'm going to choose to message students who scored more than 75. Okay. And same thing. I don't want it to say that. I'm going to say great job on the future me letter. And I'm going to go find my third email form that kind of just tells them like, great job. I did give you still some feedback. And so I'm showing them that same feedback video link so that they can go find that specific individualized feedback that I gave them about what they said in their letter. Because right now, building relationships is hard, but giving that feedback can be really helpful and make a kid feel really seen, even though they're not in your actual building space. So there it is, all in less than four minutes. It took me a lot longer to grade it and give the feedback, but instead of going in and finding each individual student, you can use this task on the message students who. You can use that task as a way to make your emailing and notifying kids a little bit faster. I hope that helps. You can also use that in Teams with the parents. You might just have to change those email formats. So if you have any other questions or you have any other tips, tricks, or helpful hints, let us know.